It really feels good to be here once again on our weekly Facebook Live program. And I really want to use this opportunity to welcome all our people from different parts of the world. Like you all know, that is the clinic with Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. And the clinic is a platform where we help the youth and young adults to maintain virtue while breaking limits. We also catch the children young by giving them the right orientation about life. Yes, people have been asking questions, several questions. What what is stardom? What is stardom? People have been asking, and they've been asking questions like, somebody asked me recently, so is it possible for somebody to get to some certain height without cutting corners? That is what people have been asking. Some people don't believe that people that are up there, that they did not have any corner, that they've not been able to cut, that they cut corners before they been able to reach such heights. So that is what we'll be discussing this evening, the right path to stardom. And like you all know, because we posted on a different Facebook, no, aside Facebook, on a different social media platform, what we'll be treating today, the right path to stardom. That is what we said we'll be discussing. And we said our speaker, we all know her. We all know her because she's a star already. She's always everywhere in different parts of the world. She's supposed to be our guest today. But before I come on, before she comes on, rather, I would like to bring somebody on board because we've been trying everything possible. I guess it's technical problem to reach our guest this evening. It's technical problem. But before she comes on, I would like to bring in somebody to talk to us in person of Mr. Mark Onichabo, who is also an IT guru and is very good with what he does. So please, wherever our viewers are, help me to welcome Mr. Mark Onichabo. Mr. Mark.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Mr. Mark. How are you today?
Very well, and you?
I'm very well too. I'm very, very well. Thank you so much. Like
You're
I
welcome.
said, that's we thank you so much. Thank you for honoring this invitation this evening. We are supposed,
Thank you.
and that's what we are still even going to discuss, the right path to stardom, and why we await our guest, why we await her. Hopefully she'll be able to come on. But while we await her, let's just start discussing why we await our guest for today. Mr. Onichabo, would you want to tell us in your own word what stardom is all about?
For me, I believe stardom is your place of influence, your place of priority, your place of progress.
Okay.
Stardom is not. I wouldn't say for most people, start they believe that stardom should be when you become a big celebrity. No,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
you as a mother or as a father, you're a star yourself.
Hmm.
To your children,
Okay.
you are their motivator. They look at you, you are their mirror. So
Hmm.
I believe that for me, stardom is your place of influence, your place of progress, your place where indirectly or directly you are influencing or touching someone's life.
Hmm.
So for me,
Hmm.
that is what I see stardom to be.
So,
So I
so
don't
okay.
go ahead.
Continue. Continue. I'm listening. Continue, sir. I'm listening.
Oh,
We are
okay,
listening.
okay. For some people, they believe that until they drive the best of big cars, stay in the highest of platforms, they are not yet star. No, no, no. You're wrong. You're star in your own little way. You're affecting a community, you're affecting a person. The
Hmm.
moment you can touch someone's life, one person,
Hmm.
two persons, three persons is a community. And from there,
Hmm.
you can go ahead to affect a larger community, a country, a nation, a whole world itself.
Hmm.
So, stardom for me is your place of influence.
Hmm.
Because you see, and that's tonight we're discussing about the right path to stardom.
Hmm.
Now, if you're not careful, because you're looking at stardom stardom is staying on a big platform, driving the best of cars, or having influence, influencing eh, eh, people that you find yourself not going the right path. But if you look at it for you yourself, you're your stardom, you're a star yourself.
Hmm.
Even if it's just two, three, four persons that is watching this,
Hmm.
you're affecting lives. Your clinics that you do on a weekly basis, you know how many people benefit from it. So for me,
Hmm.
that's a stardom for you. And the right part is bringing the right people or following the right things or doing the right thing. Now, what is right? When God talks about righteousness, is doing
Hmm.
the right thing, doing things that are right to get to a part of stardom. So for me, I believe stardom is your place of influence where you can affect the lives of people.
Hmm. I really, really love you. You really touched my heart this evening, Mr. Mark. I never saw it that way. I have never seen it that way all my life. Even me bringing up this program this evening, when I said the right path to stardom, what I was looking at, what my focus was on, being a celebrity. Being a celebrity, that's what we are actually looking at. That's what my focus is actually on. That, oh, I want to be a celebrity. What can we actually do for somebody to be a celebrity? Do you understand? Maybe that is what we are looking at. And I really love the way you put it. It's not all about being a celebrity. Do you understand? It's not all about being on one particular platform before you are a star. Like some children, I remember there was, and I've forgotten, in a school, they were asking children that who is your hero, who is this, who is that, and a girl said, my mom is my hero.
Mom, hero, yes.
My mom is my hero. That means the mom is actually that girl's, superstar. Do you
Star,
understand?
yes.
Exactly the girl's superstar. So this evening, in fact, thank you so much, Mr. Mark. It's nice bringing you here, sincerely. Even me as a person that put up this program, I never saw it that way. Sincerely, I never saw it that way. So thank you so much, Mr. Mark. Thank you. What else can you tell us about stardom? What else can you
Okay,
tell us aside of being a celebrity on social media everywhere? Do you understand? So, what else can you tell us?
okay. Star, being a star. Let's take for example. Uh, I want to use a celebrity and somebody who is not a celebrity. I wouldn't want to mention names, but let's look at those
Okay.
celebrities up there. You understand me? And someone who is not a celebrity. Okay, let's look at you, for example. I can use you
Okay.
as an example.
Thank you.
You
I was
understand
thinking of
me?
that. Yes.
Yes. You know, you might see yourself as not being a celebrity, but you're impacting lives.
Hmm.
You're impacting lives.
Hmm.
Some people are actually modeling their lives to what you are doing now.
Hmm.
So in that your little corner, you are a star. But what have you been doing to get to that part, this place where you are? Number one, you research. Number two, you follow those who have gone through this path before to learn from them. Number three, those who have gone through this path, they must have done two things, the good and the bad. They must have done two things, the beautiful and the ugly. They must have done two things.
Hmm.
They must have done things that are right and things that are wrong. It is now left for you to now pick what will work for you. I do tell people, I said, I love criticism. I love criticism. You know what I'll take? When you criticize me, I take the constructive criticisms, the constructive one in that criticism, and I take it, I make use of it, work on myself to be better. The destructive one, the destructive criticism, I put it aside because it's not meant for me. We all know what is right from what is wrong. The road to stardom, celebrity, looking at yourself, they all started the way you're starting, you're doing now. So what made them become stars? What made them sit in that podium? What made them sit in that seat called stardom? Number one, they kept on practicing like you're doing. You keep doing, do you know that day by day, every day you are improving on what you do? Now it's becoming part of you. Consistency, you improve. You go on from step to step. The mistake you made yesterday, you will not want to make the mistake today or tomorrow because you would have learned from your mistake. So, what do they do? What have they been doing? What can you do to become a star? Consistency. Continue in what you're doing. Be focused. Don't be jack of all trade. Don't be jack of. Continue with what you're doing. Like what you're doing. If tomorrow, Tosin, you decide I'll come, okay, you want to jump into cooking of amala or baking of food. Hmm? It is not your calling. It is not your area of strength. But this is your area of strength. If tomorrow I decide to leave IT, I can also do other things because I'm also a musician. I play the keyboard, I sing. I can do that. But you see, my core area of strength is IT. God has deposited in us various talents. You'll be so shocked that inside of you you have so many things, but there's one that is more pronounced. Why is that one more pronounced? Because that is the one you're investing your time, your energy, your resources on to improve yourself. So the road to stardom is very, very simple. Consistency. Those who sing today, let's take Michael Jackson for example. May he so rest in peace. When he
Amen.
was he started singing from a very little age. He did not stop. He continued. You know what he is gathering? He's gathering years of experience. Years of it. You cannot beat that. They say experience is the best teacher. You cannot beat that. You are gathering what you're doing today, you are gathering years of experience. Oprah Winfrey, those of them, Ellen DeGeneres shows, and all those guys up there that we see as start, they all started the way you're doing, Tosin. So I'm using you as an example.
Thank you.
They all started like you. One person, they bring in one person, they talk. Before you know what is happening. Now, look, today, I saw last week you brought in Pastor Itu and one other pastor to the program. And I was blessed with what they said. You've been bringing lots and lots of people. Every day by day, you are improving. You were not where you were yesterday. You have gone a step further today. That is what stardom is all about. The right path to stardom is consistency, prayer, and let God put God first also. Consistency. Now let me go a bit of bringing in Bible to this. When we look at the story of Layman, you understand me? When he was, you understand me? When he talked about rearing of his father-in-law's sheep. You understand me? Consistency. He was doing it on a constant base. He became uh, a professional in that field.
Okay, Joseph.
Joseph, sorry. He became a
Okay.
professional in that field. Do you understand me? He became a professional in that field. Today, footballers, for example, everybody is shouting Ronaldo, Messi. Go and check them 24 hours in a day. They practice for 22 hours or more. If there's anything more than 24 hours, you see them holding football, practicing football, and juggling football or playing football. Hello? Can you hear me?
I'm with you. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. What is that area of strength that you have? You must be consistent in that field. You must continue to work on it. If you don't continue to work on it, you will not be able to get to where you want to get to.
Hello, Mr. Mark. Your line is actually breaking. Bex is actually talking about consistency in everything we do. We should be consistent in what we do every day. Don't do it today and tomorrow you are off completely. No, we should be consistent. And he said something about no, because I was okay. He's back, Mr. Mark. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Your area of strength must be there. You must be consistent in what you do. And that's just the simple truth in becoming a star. If you see, you can't tell me that you're a musician and you are not constantly practicing the music that you say you're doing and you want to become a star. Like you can never be a star. It is
Hmm,
simple. You must be consistent in what you're doing to become a
hmm,
star. A teacher, when you start as a teacher for the first time, your student will laugh at you.
hmm,
And that's the truth because the way you will teach them, they will say this person doesn't know how to teach. But be consistent in teaching. The same student that laughed at you will come back and say that is the best teacher because you're consistent, you're constantly practicing and improving yourself. If you
hmm,
don't improve yourself, our guest for today, Tope Alabi, if you ask her, I pray that we're able to get her. She comes on. If you ask her, she will tell you that out of 24 hours, she's practicing or she's singing for 22 hours or 23 hours. Even in her sleep, you see her sing too. And that's the truth.
hmm, hmm. Thank
Pastor
you
Isoda,
so much.
yes, please, go ahead.
You want to conclude by saying something? You
Yes,
want to conclude by
I said, Pastor Isoda, you brought last week. If you ask him, constant preaching made him better as a pastor. Constant serving as an accountant made him a better accountant. Consistency would only take you to stardom and
Hmm,
nothing else.
hmm. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. It's really nice hearing from you. Thank you so much. We are still
You're welcome.
waiting for our guest for today. Mr. Mark has been doing justice to a lot of things. Thank you so much. Hopefully, she will still be able to log on. Hopefully, she will still be able to, but we are still waiting for her. But if in case she's unable to, I don't know, but I know all is well and fine. So thank you so much,
Yes.
Mr. Mark. Please, another thing I need
Okay.
to ask you. Another thing that I need to ask, aside being consistent in everything you do, I want to ask, is there anything or are there things that some people, we that really want to become stars or people that want to become stars, are there things that they need to acquire, do you know, achieve before they get to stardom?
Achieve in what sense? For the only thing I see you achieving is being the best in what you do.
Hmm.
And see, there's no two ways about it. God is the best in what he does.
Hmm.
You must be the best in what you do. If you are not the best in what you do, people will not recognize you. And that is the truth.
Hmm.
I don't know about anybody else, but I strive to be the best in what I do. I don't know if people cut corners. No, that is not the best because anybody that cuts corners will always follow those corners and fall back. And that's just the truth.
Hmm.
That's just the truth. If you feel that come that uh becoming a star, you must go through some evil parts and go. You see, it will not last. But you see, real path to the right path to success or to stardoms. If you follow the right path, doing the right thing, being consistent in what you do, improving yourself, being the best, you can sustain wherever height you are because you went through the process.
Hmm.
Those who did not go through the process, you see them get up there, they will fall down, and that's just the truth. But because you've gone through the process, you can withstand all the storms that comes with being a star.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's it.
So, so indirectly, just be the best at everything you do. Be the
Yes.
best. Ensure that you are the best. No cutting of
Yes.
corners. Just ensure that you're the best. Oh, that's a very good one, Mr. Mark. Thank you so much. But there's another thing I need to ask you. Is Stardom a place for everyone? Is it a place for everyone? Is Stardom a place for everyone?
Stardom is a place for everyone.
Really? Okay, we are listening.
Yes.
Okay.
When I started, I said, you are a star in your place of influence.
Hmm.
You'll be so shocked that anybody that sees that can, a little child can be a star. Let me use myself as an example. For me, as an IT person, I know a lot of people who are looking up to me in what I do. In my own little space, for the main fact that you can affect one, two, three, four lives, you're a star. Star
Hmm.
is for everybody. Your child is a star because he or she is affecting or influencing one or two persons.
Hmm.
In their own little way, they are star. Okay, let me tell you a bit of my story how I started. Today, I tell people today that my IT, my programming is a self-taught, and I stand to be corrected. When I had nobody to tell me, okay, go and do any professional course, you know what I did? Those days when I used to work, I was how much was my salary there? About 3,000 plus. You know what I did? I couldn't travel to London, but I had colleagues who were far off better than me. They were traveling. You know what I did? I gathered those money. I would give to them. I'll say, please buy me books when you're
Hmm.
coming. I would tell them the kind of books I want. Big HTML beginners, SQL beginners, and all those stuff. And when they bring those books for me, I read, I read, I read. Do you know I've stayed over? I don't sleep every day till 3 a.m. Every
Hmm.
day till dates. I sleep around 3 a.m. because I'm constantly making myself better in my field.
Hmm.
In my field, I'm constantly making myself better in my field. And that is where I am today. You wake me up if there's any new thing that is coming up in the IT world. If I don't know, I'll tell you, give me a few minutes or give me a few days. I'll do research on it and I'll discover because of the years of experience, I can maneuver it and I'll get the right thing done. So everybody is a star in their own field. You'll be so shocked that when people begin to call you and say, "Yo, please, how do you do this? How do you do that? Are you not a star like that?" You
Hmm.
are. The stardom is for everybody. Do the right thing and you follow. Even those who are doing evil, you find people still call them star.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
A
That's
thief,
true.
a thief or an arm robber will tell you that they have proteges. Somebody is calling them their mentor. So stardom, yes, stardom is for everybody. It now depends on you what you want to choose, and that's why God has given us right to choose from good and bad. So it depends on you. So you and I, everybody has a place in stardom.
Hmm.
Everybody can be there.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you. You're really doing justice to all of our questions. And to our viewers, I really appreciate all of you for coming online. And I'm sure I'm not disappointing anyone this evening. Sincerely, I am sure I'm not disappointing anyone because it is not in my place to come up with what is not. Mrs. Topalabi actually promised to be here this evening, but I'm sure it's a technical problem from her hand. She's been trying everything possible and it's just very difficult to get through. I'm actually very sorry for that. And I thank God that we have Mr. Mark with us, who is doing justice to all of our questions. Now, Mr. Mark, back to you, sir. I would like to
Yes, ma'am.
ask you, should stardom be pursued? Should we pursue stardom? I just want to become a star. I just want to become a star because when you ask our younger ones, children, teenagers, people, what do you want to become? No, I just want to become a star. I just want to become, be wondering, star in what? So should stardom be pursued, sir?
That's a tricky question. Should stardom be pursued? Stardom will come when you're consistent.
Hmm, that's the word.
See, see, okay. Let me digress a bit. Let me use my wife as an example. I know when she hears, she'll say, "Come, I talk this a lot," and I use her as an example. What did you say?
No, I didn't say
Okay,
anything.
okay. I want to use her as an example. She started a food business. This is her fourth year in that food business. And now she's beginning to talk to people how to start their own food business. She wasn't pursuing stardom. She wasn't pursuing stardom. She was consistent in what she was doing. So for me, I believe when you're consistent in what you're doing and be the best in it, constant practice, you don't need to pursue stardom. Star will come and meet you. And that is just the truth.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. Thank you so much. I
Okay.
really there is a great wisdom in what you said. If you are very consistent and you're good at what you're doing, start you will definitely become the star because people
That's
will
it.
look for you
For
everywhere.
you,
We don't want this person, we just want to look. We want this is the person we want, this is the person we want. Without you not even running after them,
that's
you will
yes.
automatically become a star. Thank you very much, Mr. Mark. Thank you. In fact,
Okay.
sometimes you don't really appreciate what you have until when some circumstances just come in like that. Really and truly, we didn't plan to have Mr. Mark today because we are still waiting until now. We are still waiting for our guest in person of Mrs. Tope Alabi. She promised to be on our program this evening. She gave us our word. She actually gave us our word. Hopefully, she will still come on before we call it a date on this program. If not, we can always reschedule. Then thank you
Yes.
so much. And we've seen Mr. Mark saying so much, what I was not even expecting. Because, like I said initially, I was thinking of stardom in the area of being a celebrity. They will say, "Oh, I'm a celeb. I'm a celeb." The way we talk now. That's where I was seeing it. I never saw it from the angle at which you brought it. Thank you so much, sir. Now, my next question to you is, how can stardom be managed? That it will not get into your head. How can it be managed?
Now, that's why I said if you go through the process, constant practice, you're the best in what you do.
Hmm.
Now, for me, you invest in yourself. For me, I've invested my time, my energy, my resources. I've deprived myself of sleep. I've deprived myself from some good enjoyment to buy books and study. Now, do you think that when I get up there, I will not want to maintain it?
Hmm.
I will, because I've gone through the process. Now,
Hmm.
those who stardom gets into their head are people who never went through the process.
Hmm.
So if you've gone through the process, you will stand and you can withstand any storm that comes. And that
Hmm.
is the truth. But if you have not gone through the process, single thunder strike, the smallest of all, you will fall down.
Hmm.
But going through the process, you will withstand anything, and you can stay up there. There's a saying, I don't know if I'm going to put it right, that something can take you up there, but some your knowledge or your humility or something will keep you there.
By attitude, we maintain it.
Thank you. Now, your attitude, what is that? Your attitude is the process. Your attitude is the process, what you've been going through formed your attitude.
Hmm.
And people need to realize this. You see, for me, if my son today is telling me that I want to be a footballer, you want to be a footballer and you're watching TV or you're pressing your phone, you can never be a good footballer. You want to be a footballer, you need to go out there, practice, play football, constant practice. Let them eat your leg. Your leg will pain you. You come home, we'll massage it for you.
Hmm.
Let them push you. You fall down. You will stand up. You will become strong. Now you're going through the process. When you get there, or you're playing for the national team or playing in a very big club, you remember those days that they kicked your leg. So
Hmm.
you want to maintain where you are and even be the best.
Hmm.
So going through the process will make you withstand any storm, and that is the truth. So those who allow this thing get into their head are those who never went through the process,
Hmm.
and that's the truth. Now you might think, okay, let's take Davido for example. Do you know how many times Davido sleep in the studio to record one song? Yes, he's in the studio sometimes, maybe before he had money or before there was a breakthrough for him or anything. Fine, I know he was from a rich home, but he would have gone to one studio or the other that mosquito must have beaten him seriously.
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
the truth. He went through the process. Most of these guys went through the process. Two Face
Hmm.
today that we all celebrate went through the process.
Hmm.
Footballers today, they went through the process. So if you go through the process and you get to stardom, you would maintain it because you went through the process. But those who never went through the process will fall down because they cannot withstand whatever storm that comes with it. And that's
Hmm.
it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. I'm really enjoying it. Sincerely, I'm really, really enjoying it. Like I said earlier, sometimes you don't appreciate what you have until when circumstances bring such on your table. And that is what we are enjoying this evening. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. Now I want to ask you another question because the reason why we came about how we came about the topic we're discussing today, there are lots of people that grew up in the church, in religious setup. And at the end of it, because a lot of them, when you ask, I want to become a status, I want to become a star, I want to become a star, but churches are not helping us. And you find most of the celebrities today, they started one way or the other by singing gospel music. And before you know it, they left. So is it that some of them do a lot of things by them? So what do you think could be done by either religious organization to help these people so that it can be the right path to stardom? Thank you, sir.
My first question is, what are you doing to help yourself?
Okay.
Hmm? Now let's
Hmm.
take out churches or religious people or even your circular place of work. Number one, do not expect anybody to help you. Nobody owes you anything.
Same.
If,
Hmm.
even your parents, they don't. Develop yourself first. See,
Hmm.
I don't know why people feel that come, they have this entitlement mentality.
Hmm.
Nobody owes you anything. What are you doing to help yourself?
Hmm. Hmm.
Church did not help me. Fine. I can tell you my own story. I'm a church boy too.
Hmm.
But will you continue to say church did not help? But who is church? You are church yourself.
That's true.
What are you doing? Are you the only one in church that church did not see? I know there are other people there that church would have assisted. What are you doing to make yourself the best?
Hmm.
Become the best in your field. When you're the
Hmm.
best in your field, people would see you. It's not necessarily the church.
Hmm.
It's not necessarily the church. And you see, that is where I want the youth or the young people that are growing up today to get to. Nobody owes you anything. Be the best in what you do, and people will find you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why are we see? I don't judge or condemn people who leave church and say church did not help me. I tell them, what are you doing to help yourself? Leave church, put church aside. Church or the church building or church itself, you and I were church, and we're still human being. We can mess up.
Hmm.
So what are you doing to help yourself? Develop yourself. Be the best in what you do. The church will come and sort out. Okay. For example, if our guest today, Toke Alabi, isn't good, you will not be running after Toke Alabi.
That's true.
But you know, if she had sat down, said church did not help me, and left, will you know
Hmm.
who Toke Alabi is today?
Not at all.
But she kept on singing and kept on developing herself. She kept on doing what she knows how to do.
Hmm.
Church, one way or the other, would have disappointed you yourself.
Hmm.
But you're moving on today. So, church or no church, develop yourself, go through the process, help yourself. What are you doing to better yourself?
Hmm.
To be the best. If you're good today, the same church that see, the Bible talk about the stone which the builder rejects has become the chief cornerstone.
Hmm.
So if you see, you know what you know why it has become the chief cornerstone. When you take off that stone off there, the building will collapse because that stone has made itself a
Indispensable.
very yes, indispensable. So make yourself indispensable.
Hmm.
Make yourself a strong person. Build yourself up. Invest in yourself. Be the best. The church that told you that come, they can't help you, will come running after you tomorrow. And that is just it.
Hmm.
Everything is not about money, 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 money. Invest yourself. Invest in yourself, your time, do research. See, well, God will help us.
Amen. Mr. Mark, it is very, very impressive. Highly impressive. I'm hearing something different today, sincerely. Okay, let me say something. At least I'm trying to relate with what you said. Like, for example, now you said make yourself indispensable. For example, what you're supposed to have our everybody know we are supposed to have Mrs. Tope Alabi today as our
Mm,
guest because she gave us a word that she'll be on today.
mm,
But
mm.
since we've not been able to get through, and she's not been able to get through to this program today, and she's been trying, no, she's not been able to get through. And the next thing that came to my mind, sincerely, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, what am I going to tell the whole world? Because the advert is everywhere on social media. Dr. Labi is coming, Dr. Labi is coming. What am I going to tell them? We need not look as if I'm scamming people or what. Then I just had to, like, sum up courage and move on. That by the time I get there tomorrow, nobody will know that something like this had happened to me. At least it's just a
Yes,
process I'll be able to tell in future that I did not
exactly.
give up. Because if I'd given
Yes,
up instantly, there is no way I would have even been hearing the insights I'm hearing this evening. And some people
very
will not
true.
have been able to be blessed with what Mr. Mark is telling us today. Thank you so much,
Very
Mr.
true.
Mark. In fact, very insightful, very impressive, and very educative. We really appreciate you, sir. And I don't know, what advice would you like to give to the young generation that we have these days? Because everybody, I just want to become a star. I just want to become a star. I just want to become a star. So, what advice, sincerely, would you like to give to them?
Well, one advice I would just give to anybody is to be the best in what you do by
Hmm,
constantly
hmm,
investing in yourself. Constant practice, continuous practice. Be
hmm,
focused. You see, you will have lots of shaky moments, but go through the process. Be the best in what you do. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, and that is just it. See, every day new things happen, new things happen, and you must strive to be ahead of everything that happens.
hmm,
And that is it. In that your field, if you're see, do you know there are so many carpenters, there are so many furniture makers, but you know you keep going to one furniture maker because you find that he's creative, he's the best in what he does, because he's constantly looking at ways of doing things, new ways of doing things. If you are stagnant, you remain in one place, people won't come back to you.
hmm.
So for me, the advice of be see, go through the process, be the best in what you do. Constant practice, constantly invest in yourself. And honestly, stardom, you won't run after stardom. Stardom will run after you. And
Hmm.
that's just it.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. Just be the best. And that's what he keeps saying. Be the best. Constant consistency. Be the best consistency. And that's what he keeps saying. And he's just ringing something to our ears. Please consistency in everything you do and be the best at everything you do in life. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. It's nice having you
You're welcome.
around. It's really, really nice having you around. And thank you for honoring us. Even at the nick of time, you just came up. Tosin, don't worry. Tosin, don't worry. And I sincerely want to appreciate everyone that has been calling me. Everyone. Tosin, what happened is past six, is past six. What happened? What happened? Dr. Labi is supposed to come on. Yes, she gave us a word. She said she'd be on. Even till last night, she still said she'll be on today. And I don't know, I'm sure it must be to some contingencies that, some things that you cannot, foresee. I'm sure that was what happened. And I'm sincerely saying sorry once again, and hopefully be able to reschedule with her. And this is where I think I want to call it a date on our program. Mr. Mark has really done justice to all of our questions. Then, Mr. Mark, there is something you have not done, and I really want you to do it. Because if you had our guest today, we would have told her to sing for us because she sings. And Mr. Mark also sings as well. Would you like to just to sing a song for us before we wrap it up on this program? Just sing a song for us. He sings and he plays the instrument very well. So I want him to sing for us before we call it a date. Finally on this program this evening.
Okay, which song should I sing now?
You can dwell with your wife. She sings very well too. And your son can
Oh,
join the family of singers.
oh, we should all sing. Okay.
Yes. So we're listening.
Well,
It's a family of
okay,
singers, so we're listening.
okay. Um, maybe I should take my. Okay, no problem. I'll just sing a song. No need to go where my keyboard is.
Okay.
Um, Agbanilágbàtàn, agbanilágbàtàn, agbanilágbàtàn o. How great you are, oh Lord, how great you are. Oh, oh, how great you are. Hey, how great you are. Thank you.
Wow! I thought you still want to continue, continue. Why did you stop, Mr. Mark? Why did you stop? People are even saying, wow, wow, we want to hear you sing. Wow, that's a
Oh,
very good
okay.
one.
Okay. Do you want me to go to the keyboard and sing on the keyboard?
Okay, one
Hmm?
more. Go to the keyboard and sing one more for us. We still have like 15 more minutes
Okay.
to go. So just go to the keyboard and sing one more song. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Like I said, sometimes you don't appreciate what you have, and that is exactly what is happening to us this evening. Mr. Mark was able to bail us out, and like I said, hopefully be able to reschedule with our guests, our scheduled guest, Mrs. Tokalabi. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark, for your listening. Thank you. The next one.
I will always serve you as long as I am breathing. I will always worship
Wow. Wow.
and I will not be silent. Wow, we've gone offline, but no problem.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mark. The network is fluctuating now. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You've really done well. Let's call it a date on this evening's program. And I want to appreciate all our viewers, despite some hiccups. Yet you are still very loyal, always coming online to watch. And this is where we finally call it a day. So we'll meet again next week. I remain my humble self and your loyal friend, Oluwatosin Oladimeji Ladipo. And thank you so much, Mr. Mark. Thank you and God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you.